Hey everybody, welcome back. Workers and resources. Hope you're having a good day today. I've got some power stuff to do today, and then I also want to get a few things changed with our food so that we can start setting ourselves up and maybe getting prepared for chemical production so that we can perhaps start, making our own clothing and stuff. Some of the stuff that we can just keep buying on repeat. I'd like to maybe do something about that. If I can't stop buying it direct here, because this is a delivery fee, I'd like to stop buying them direct at these places and import as much as possible directly from the border and distribute it ourselves. So I'm gonna kind of look at the logistics of that too, but I probably will do a lot of that thinking offline and just fill you in with what I've done. Speaking of which, let's start the video with that. This is done. Yes, solar is done. Now, I've seen a lot of your comments related to the question I asked with the night and day cycle. It seems like we're gonna probably just keep it as fully day. For the purposes of video, if I was playing this myself, and if you're playing this yourself, I really do recommend the day-night cycle. I think it looks really good. I think it provides good balance. You use more power during the night, and your people drive slower during the night. So there is a balance consideration for that as well. I would recommend you do that. I'm not going to, for the sake of video. The majority of people who have a problem with something related to that is related to the day-night cycle. I'm gonna keep it as permanently day, but we have this done and we can use it, so we might as well look at it. So for the solar, we have two things to look at here. The first is we have a high voltage out here. I actually didn't know that there was. I kept looking at it with my wires like this, and I just sort of totally overlooked this. So I made a comment to somebody at some video, I forget what it was, related to saying that there was no high voltage out for this. There's at least one, and it's right here. So what I'd like to do for this one is I'd like to get it running basically and hook it up to this high voltage line so that we can kind of have this joint and maybe take some of the load off of this. Speaking of which, let's take a look at our electrical grid a little bit. We're gonna do some electrical stuff today because it needs to happen. So I'm gonna let it run because I am profitable. Hopefully we have some money at the end of this. So right here, the line is green. That's generally a good sign, right? This one is just a little bit yellowing. It's kind of getting there, right? It's visual. There's colors to let you know sort of what load your lines are under, right? And so if I run a high voltage line to here from solar, that's gonna max this line out very fast. And but the thing is, 18 is all I can do anyway, so running an 18 to this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I just don't think it does. But we have to, I want to export. That's the thing. I want to export as much power to NATO and stuff as I can, and you can see that this line is already kind of getting a little bit stressed. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to hook up solar. I think for the time being, what I want to do first is to get it running over here at least. Because over here, this is where we're fully renewable, right? Everything over here is just running on renewable power right now. And I think it would be nice to kind of get some stability, I want to say, over in this area. So what I'm going to do, it's already mostly stable, but if the wind dies down, everything kind of flashes at me. Also, there's one more thing too. Over here, I'm noticing that we've got brownouts happening right here. This little area keeps going white, and white means essentially it doesn't have enough power. So I want to take a look at this too. There's three things I got to focus on today for power. I'm not being flighty here. I'm just walking you through the steps, which ones we're going to look at today, right? So I'm going to start with this one first because we have some issues. Then I want to talk about solar and getting it hooked up for this to sustain it, and then also talk about exports and these lines and maybe how we can work with those a little bit. Then we're going to focus on the food situation and getting health set up for chemicals. Lots to do today, so let's take a look at it really quick. So for this, what I've been doing up until this point, if I take a look at where is my lines, if I take a look at this, so high voltage, there's two high voltage outs on this. And generally, when I'm looking at my power grid and looking at my power plant, I'm generally going to go to the high voltage because that's where these outs are. But the thing is, we have medium voltage outs. There's 4 of them built into this. We might as well use them. And that's what I'm going to use over here because I think this is just a little bit stressed. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to come down underground, check out this yellow line. It's clearly having a hard time sustaining itself. We also have another line that's having a hard time. It's this yellow line right here. And I think this one is mostly just solved by upgrading its wattage, the gauge, or upgrading the thickness, the whatever you want to call it. I'm not an electrician, but we're going to upgrade this line so it has a higher capacity. So let's bring this over all the way over here until it lines up with this. Okay, then we're going to take the 2.35 from here, and we're just going to bring this over about like this ought to do, and then all the way over to the, where's this? Yeah, right there. Okay, so we're going to come over to about like this, let's say, and then maybe like that, and then like this. All right, so that should fix that line. At least a little bit. It should allow us to pump more power through this. It's still yellow. It's still yellow. Wow. It's still yellow. Okay. This, I don't think it has anything to do with the power transformer, because like it's not receiving too much power or anything. And it's not red. Red is the bad color. Yellow is fine. It's you know, it's under stress, under load, but it's not like, you know, it's not dying or anything. But I want to use these because we have them, and we might as well, because right now, like, again, 18 megawatts is all we can do on these two lines. We're probably saturating them because they're yellow. So this little transformer here, or the substation, sorry, I'm going to take this one, and we're not going to go underground with this anymore. The underground one is 1.45 maximum capacity. I don't think it's capable of sending enough power to this. So even though it looks worse, we're going to go above ground with this, and I'm going to send, I think I'm going to send it all over here. Okay. Now, if I do that, you notice also, like, this is only 235. I can't send enough power to this way, right? Even if I do 235 here, I'm not getting the maximum because I'm only putting in 235. I say 235 because of this. This is like the maximum medium voltage wire I can do. So if I'm only inputting 235, that's the most I can get out of any one of these branches. So I don't know if it's really worth it, but I think it can help a little bit if I reconfigure where my power is coming from. So I'm going to take this here, and we're going to go all the way to there. Okay, so that line's connected, and we're going to see them both go yellow. Yep. But this one's still green because it's not pulling a whole lot of power. So what I'm hoping is by expanding this, since this line's not pulling very much juice, I'm hoping I can at least get enough juice into this to stop it from going white all the time. And it seems like it's holding, which is pretty good. But I can maybe get it a little bit more stable if I send some power dedicated somewhere else. So like for instance, this wire here, right? This is going all the way over here, and it's hooking up to this. So if there is ever a stress point for this, it's probably that line. I can alleviate that pretty much entirely by just running that from the power plant directly. And I also might want to add some substations in here. That could help too. Why don't we do that instead? I think that will help a little bit more. So we have a lot of things that take a lot of power, and I'm going to go really short distance. I don't need to go super long. So why don't we put one right next to the helicopter pad here? And I don't really need a really expensive road or anything, so we'll just go dirt road there. And then I want to go ahead and bring this wire like this cable, this conduit, whatever it's called. The label really doesn't matter to me. I know it matters to some of you. I've gotten comments about that too, about my terminology on electrical. It's like, I'm not going to be changing the terminology I've been using for 30 years, okay? 30 plus years. It's just not gonna happen, all right? Subconsciously, whatever, as try as I might, I'm gonna call it a wire. It's an electrical wire to me, okay? It's just what it is. Or a cable. I'll call it a cable too, but calling it I think you said conduit, yeah, it's just not gonna happen. That's the proper term. Not gonna claim that I got the right one, but sometimes people just gotta learn to let things go. It's really that's the state of the world we got today, guys. It's just, sometimes you gotta just look at things and go, yeah, that probably doesn't matter. Let's take this off, and we're gonna bring this over. I'm gonna hook this up direct too, just so it has a nice stable out into that area, and hopefully that add some stability to this too. But I'm hoping just connecting this here would have helped. It doesn't look like it's getting any power, which is weird. Most of this isn't getting any power. I mean, it's green though, right? Like it's not, as long as it's green, it's good. That's the rule here on this game. As long as it's green, it's good. And if it's yellow, then it's like good for now, but maybe not good later, I think. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing is hooking up solar into this area to help with this little bit here. So since this is completely separate from this, we won't be exporting any power this way, which is fine. I'm going to try and export power direct that way with solar, which hopefully will free up some capacity over here for this line, and that will make this easier. But most likely, solar is also going to provide a lot of power for this. And so what I'm thinking of doing is actually doing 2 of them right here. And if I was doing the day-night cycle, I would absolutely do this. But since I'm not putting day-night cycle on, I almost feel like this is, I don't want to say cheating, but I feel like I've made solar better than it was intended to be. Let's go with that by doing this. So I'm a little bit iffy on adding another one now that we already know, like now that we've made that decision. Having one in the game is good because like I get to see it. Oh, hang on. Train is waiting too long? What? Oh, okay, because the construction train made this red. Look at how far this has gone. All the way down to here. Oh my God, we're almost over to the iron here. Yeah, we're so close to that iron source now. And then comes the coal and this whole coal operation here, which all of these guys and this town are going to be working here. Yeah, eventually. Look at that, they don't have any power. Should I hook them up to power? I have the capacity to do it. It wouldn't be that difficult to run the power that way. Provide them a little bit of electricity. Stressed as is, but I'm about to add more sources. And what I think I want to do, I know I spent a whole bunch of money on this conduit running it through here. I know I spent a bunch of money on that, but it might make more sense to just hook that solar directly to this and leave this off the line. And then we get a full export on that line. We're only exporting, or is this right here? So we're only exporting 6.7 right now, 6.4, just under 6, etc. on a 14 megawatt limit. So it's like we have some capacity to go on that, which is, you know, that's pretty good. This is still a green line too, so I feel like we got extra capacity to add to it. What happens if I hook this up straight over? Let's say I take this this high what the hell you call it, high voltage wire here. Let's go with 14. Let's add a 14 here. See what this does for us. So I'm gonna add 114. We're gonna go across the road here, I guess. And then we'll come bring it all the way over here. And this is expensive. Look at the price of this thing. Yeah. It's so costly. Oh my God. If it pays me back, then okay. But well, we're going to run that to here. Then we're going to remove, let's say, this one. Yeah, let's remove both of these, actually. We'll put in a high voltage switch. Goes to about here, I guess. Then we'll put these back on the switch. That sucks that this had to make a pole there. It could have just, you know, not done that. It would have been great. And then we'll take this 14 and run it to here. Now, that's probably going to ding this to red right away, I bet. No, it won't. No, it won't. It won't do that because there's no power outputting from this because there's nobody working here. So we need to get people working here too. So what I'm going to do, I think, next is hook up a bus route. So let's take the... and I'm not done upgrading this road yet. It's almost done, though. They've got just a little bit more work to do on this. It's so close. Still $4,900, though. This little tiny bit of mud is not that big of a deal. I think I want to put a bus stop, I think, right in here. Actually, somebody made a comment earlier that I could actually just take the buses and bring them right into the workplace. Generally, I don't like that idea. I don't like it. But with this particular instance, I'll make an exception. And the reason I don't do it like it usually is because there's multiple places to work around a bus stop. That's not just one place. Bringing people to the bus stop lets them go wherever and distribute them. If I have the bus route going only to a specific building, I don't know if that actually works that way. So with this go, there's nothing else around here. There's nowhere else to work. So I'm going to do that. So let's get a road vehicle. Let's get this overlay off. We'll get a road vehicle. And I'm going to grab one of... It's only 5 people, or 8 people can work there. So let's get one of these little micro buses. Yeah. This one's nice. Very efficient. This little microbus here. And we're going to start a route. Oops, sorry. We're going to start a route. And we'll bring them from, let's say... I don't know if there's enough workers here. Can I check that? Not a whole lot of workers here. And most of the buses are picking up workers here. So I might want to pick them up from somewhere else. Actually, I might want to pick them up from over here. There's unemployment over here, right? Where is it? Right here? Well, there's a lot of students, man. Oh my god, that's so many. How the heck do we get students over there? I don't want to fund that helicopter plant right now, man. I might need that road to just go. Maybe. I might complete that road, but that's still a lot of money, so I'd have to be gravel. I don't know. We have helicopters, right? I mean, they're coming to here, though, right now. And actually, I have a helicopter in service right now that's taking people from this now completed passenger heliport pad, right, from here. There's a passenger helicopter right now that's going from here to here, and then going to the Soviet border to get tourists and bringing them over here, and then back to there, etc. It's doing that right now. So I'm going to look at this train in a second, too, but I wanted to get this done first. The microbus, we're going to have you pick up workers here, I think, and then take them here directly and go. So that'll be a microbus route. Hopefully we can get some power hooked up, and then we'll get to see all these things flash red at me and complain that I'm sending too much into it. I would think certainly this line right here would be just totally bitching at me. But there's no reason why we can't export the maximum power at that case. The other thing you could do, of course, is send it both ways and export at 2 different borders. So that's something to look at too, but this border that's closest to us does not have any connections. It's just road. So we would have to come again all the way over to Belarus over here, which is kind of meh. I don't like that idea. It'd be cool if some of these borders had multiple power connections. Wouldn't that be interesting? Then you can export more power than just the 18. I'm not sure any of them do. Yeah, I'm not sure any of them do. Let's go back to town. All the way back to town. Okay. I had to move this. I just wanted to update you guys really quick here. I had to move this. So what I wanted to do here, and I'm going to do the train waiting too long thing and stuff. Just give me a second. What I wanted to do here is to have these helicopters be able to access resources from this helipad, right? I don't want them to have to go all the way over there to get them. So what I have right now is helicopters are configured to take bricks, boards, and prefab panels from this. And then we also have resources being brought in through here. Then there is a forklift, and when I say there is, I mean there will be a forklift that is going to take stuff out of here and distribute it, right? And we can get things refilled. The idea, though, is that I went ahead and completed this with rubles, and then they were almost done with this, and I went ahead and just completed that. No, sorry, that's not true. This one was almost completed, and I went ahead and did it because I had to reconfigure these. I had to move them around. Actually, I think it was the forklift that was. I don't remember what it was. It was a little bit ago. In any case, reposition these so that I could still hook up all 3 of these connection points. That was actually pretty challenging. While simultaneously getting this to connect, this was complaining that it was too long, which was kind of BS since one of those junction point things would actually connect all the way over here. So I don't know if I believe that, but this was in the way. It was a little bit too far over here. So I shifted it over a little bit, had to redo the roads and stuff that are going to get done. They weren't even partially done. They were working on this anyway, but they weren't even done with this at all. No resources were wasted in moving this. Only a little bit of resources was wasted in moving this. But ultimately, in the end, what happens is we now have a rail connection that's bringing it into here, dropping resources off, and it's now directly accessible by 3 helicopters at once over here. So if I can get steel brought here reliably, that would be great. So there's 2 trains that are kind of stuck right now, and it looks like it's this one. I mean, they're both here, and they're both headed the same direction, which is a little bit weird. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. So, like, you're not even in the same section right now? I'm not sure why. The only thing I can... No, I can't think of that either. There's no reason for you to be that way. Unless there's... What? Why are you stuck? You can absolutely get where you need to go. This train's going that way onto this track. It doesn't even... Like, this one's out of the way right now. I don't know why you're not moving. So you're chained to this because there's a junction point here. But maybe I don't need to chain you quite so far back. I don't know. I mean, I chained you way far back for a reason. And then you're supposed to be going straight on through without being interfered with at all on this side. Let's just get rid of this for a second, see what that does. I mean, realistically, it'll move this train, but I don't know if it'll allow this one to go. Why in the world, though, would that stop it? Because it's I guess because it's a 2-way, but it shouldn't be stopping progress from this side. This train is not even entering this track. It's going to go this way. So I'm not sure why that won't work right now. If I add one right here, does that help it at all? No, you're still not liking this. Very peculiar. All right, what about if I do that? To be honest, I'm just trying things now. I don't understand why this is stopping. I don't think this needed to be a chain, but it's heading into this, but it's supposed to be a 1-way. So perhaps that does need to be chained. I don't get this. I'm gonna delete this so you can go, and then I'll figure it out afterwards. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. Can I go faster? Yeah, here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and do that again. Again, I don't know exactly what's up with that. This train is gonna eventually work its way in here. We'll have semaphores here, giving this the right of way. And then you're gonna deviate into this track anyway. Yeah, so I don't know what you're stopping for. And then you should be fine. These guys should pass by each other, no problem. And then you're gonna merge over into the 1-way, and then off you go. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that. But I like this multi-pad thing, because 2 helicopters being able to take stuff at the same time is awesome. Okay, so we got some steel here, and that's great. What I think I'd like to do is tell this thing not to let steel in here, but instead encourage steel to be stored over here. And I think if I do that, I'm hoping anyway, if I do that, I can get the forklifts to move it. So we're gonna add connections here and here. And I think that would cause the forklifts to want to move any steel that's dropped off here into this. I shouldn't need to do that though. Not usually ongoing. The train has now been told to unload everything it can here first. And if it's full, then move it over here and install it here. That's the order. So it gives the local construction offices and the vehicles that are on the ground priority over the helicopters, since the helicopters can go over there and get it too, and these vehicles cannot easily go over there and get it too. So it's one of those things. However, I don't exactly have a way, I wish I did, have a way to tell a construction office to get it from 2 different sources. So that's like the loophole there, is I can't tell this to like, hey, if you don't have it over there, go get it over there. I can't tell it to do that. Very unfortunate. All right, we got maximum power output in the solar. So let's take a look at this really quick. No doubt we're going to saturate this line pretty heavily. Goes to 9, bring it up here, and then you are really complaining. But the thing is, look at our export here. Right now we're exporting like near the maximum amount of power, right? Which is really beneficial. It's very good. And we can also, you know, hook this up to local sources as well, which I think I want to do too. So we can help this power grid by hooking this up there and help that power grid. And this is the one I want to help. So let's do that. We're going to bring a high voltage line from this over to here. And we're going to do so by combining some medium voltage lines. So what I'm going to look at here, we have all these little connector ports here too, right? These 5. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a power transformer positioned here. I think right here is okay. Yeah. We'll position it right about here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hook up these wow, autosave. What's up? All right, what's going on there? Did I just hook up both of those to the same out? That's not possible. No. I don't think so. It was just still showing me the triangle. It's kind of weird. All right, there's that. And then come out and over and out and over and then out and over. So this hooks up these 5 to this. And then we also have the ability to send a line from this that way to share power if we need to. And we may. This distribution center, I don't know if it's going to have any power actually. I don't think so. This is where that substation is. So I actually do need to send some power this way. So I'm going to put a substation. Yeah, we're going to put one maybe right in here. That's not bad. Doesn't waste any space, you know? Right there. Seems good. We'll build this with rubles too. And then we'll just hook this up with a dirt road because we can. All right, so we're going to send, I think just one of these, maybe a 1.5. We'll send this across the way. I think I want to cross the road actually. Come all the way over here. And we're going to hook it up like that. So that power runs to here and it's going to power this when it's ready, as well as any other buildings we place here. But then we're going to switch this to a high voltage. We're kind of going backwards, right? Again, just like we did with the wind turbines, bringing a whole bunch of medium sources together to transport a high voltage source. We're going to do the same thing with this. So I'm going to say, again, we don't have any reason at all to ever go more than 14. But since I'm sending some that way too, I think I'm probably safe with even a 10 here. Maybe 13. Yeah, I'm sending 1.5 that way. So let's give ourselves expansion room, I want to say. So like if I have to later on upgrade this to a 235, I can at least count that 235 is available for me, but that kind of, it's going to waste a little bit of potential there, isn't it? I think it will. Let's just go 13, whatever. It's more expensive though. That's what I was trying to avoid the cost, but it's fine. Now I think eventually I'm going to move these wires anyway, because I don't really want, ooh, look at that. That's got to be super low wires though, right? Like, holy crap. Really? That's long. I like it. Because look at what it would cost me normally to get there. This far? Yeah, this far would normally cost me like, what, 13,000? But if I get over here and cross this, I can get it for 8.5. Look at that. Nice. That's got to be a really, really low-hanging wire. Oh, yeah, baby. It's in the water. That's going to have to be moved later, but it's still valid now. So we're going to use it now, and I'll move it later. Let's bring this all the way over, and I'm going to hook it up to maybe here, let's say. And then we'll have another transformer. We can bring that over to, say, oh, I don't know. Here's fine, probably. Yeah, right about here's fine. And then we're going to bring that 13 into there. Now, what we do here to help alleviate and stabilize this grid is we're going to have extra substations. So I'm going to add a substation, I think, probably right here next to this new hospital that I built, because I needed more healthcare in this area. We're going to go about like this. That's one. We can place another one. Maybe I can even do it right here next to this bus stop. That seems fine. We could place another one over in this area to help with the radio station stuff. This seems okay. So let me build that. Oh, right. Oh, almost. Come on now. I saw it. Yeah, there, but it doesn't let me hook there. There we go. Okay. That should probably be enough. Those 3 right now should be enough. So we'll take this source, connect it to there, connect this source, and we're just going to go like that. And then you are going to take a source around here. We're going to go as close to this walking path as we can. All the way over like this. And a little bit messy here, but it works. Or at least it will. There. Now what that does, right, it's provided a way for me to send this power into this area without interfering with this. So there's 2 completely separate sources of power sharing responsibility for this region, and that will provide ultimate stability in here, hopefully, even if the wind dies down. And there's still one little building here that's kind of stressed out, which is interesting. So you are not even getting any power right now. How bizarre. How bizarre. All right, how about we add, we'll send you, we'll hook you up to the other, let's hook this up to that solar grid. It goes all the way like so. Stop. Is it you? Yeah, it's you. And actually, I could also inject extra sources of power by hooking these both up. I really could do that too. But instead, I'm just going to send it this way. 2 separate wires. 2 separate lines. 2 separate sources of power to the same place. And again, I don't know exactly where this is. It's this one. Comes all the way over like this. Really? Did I hook the wrong one up? I probably should just redo all these wires anyway. I really should just redo all these wires. All right, why don't we try this? Let these build for a second. Can I have you please go? Thank you. Stop being green so I can see which ones you are. Okay, it looks like it ends here. So I think I can. There. That hooks that up to green. No, it doesn't. Why are you not sending any power? Okay, hold on. Ah, okay, so there's nobody working here. Yeah. So as soon as we don't have any workers, right, that's the problem. Okay. So right now, I should and I will. I think it's best to keep these separate. But I can easily just take one of these lines, run it all the way over here, and hook it up. And have this share. I can do that. And I think that will just, everything is shared. But it also, I think, means... See, the problem with this right here, though, is that this connects this to the rest of that grid. And it means that if there's nobody working solar here, then we end up with these units providing power to other things, not just this. So, like, it works both ways. Solar can help this, but if solar's not working, then this is trying to provide for more than it can. But right now, the wind's at 5 meters per second, and everything is holding pretty firm. So I imagine that's because we have workers. Okay, so as long as we can keep a supply of workers, I guess. Maybe it's okay. If we can keep a supply of workers. The destination is full. There isn't any resources right now. Hang on, what's your destination? Not directly into this. No, it should be here. Okay, so yeah, so this is full, and this one is not full, but it is filling. Prioritization has the initial line for power being the highest priority, with the export being secondary. And I think we've been exporting a lot of oil. That's what this is. But this doesn't affect this, right? These two are 2 completely separate things. They're not even remotely connected. and the same stuff that's hooked up to this is not hooked up to this, and vice versa. So what we'll probably end up having it to do, if I haven't done it already, is this train needs to wait till loaded here on this. On that. So it'll come in here, load fuel. Then it will come down here, and it will just sit here until it's full of oil, basically. Because we're filling this up, but I don't know if it's not fast enough. I've asked this before, but I haven't gotten a definitive answer. I don't see any documentation at all that tells me if there is a flow rate maximum to these oil pipes. I see 0.73 tons, but I also periodically have seen 1.2 tons of oil. Like, it's kind of sporadic. I'm not sure if there's a flow rate to pipes. If there is, I may want to consider investing in some secondary pipes further down the line. So like these are single and these are fine, but as it merges, I may want to look to distribute oil to multiple pipes to get it into this tank and that tank in two different ways. Because I think there is another input on this, I think. Wasn't there another intake on this? Well, maybe not this one. There's one on this one, which is fine. That's my cell. So possibly, if I wanted to distribute it, that way, I could have multiple ins in one way, and then we switch one of these, like this one here. Maybe as it's going through this is all one pipe, but then when it gets down into the area where all of a sudden we have a lot more oil, we could free that up. It's most likely going to be this line because it's really long. But I don't think there's all that many pump jacks. This is mostly just pipe pumps. 1, 2. I think that's it. All of these are just pumps for those 2 pump jacks. Over here, there's quite a few pump jacks, so we could maybe do it this way. There's a few pump jacks on this way, but I don't know. It's possible. So what do we do today, right? I set out to do things. I walked you through what I wanted to do. Am I doing that? I think so. As long as I have solar people working there, which right now I do not. So I need to provide a steady workforce to the solar plant. This bus has 7 people going in it. That's nice. But then those 7 people want to get off work before that bus gets back. So maybe having 2 buses. And there's workers waiting here now too. So why don't we do that just to make sure? We'll take another little bus. And we'll just say, hey, little bus, you want to maybe stop here? And then you can bring them to solar here and call it good. All right, cool, awesome, have a nice day. And then we'll have 2 buses bringing it in, and we can keep that on. And then that's a good export for, NATO money. We'll call it NATO money. And then periodically on the NATO money side, I can just, every once in a while spend some of it, like right now on a helicopter pad because I'm just impatient as hell. Yeah, why not? We can spend that NATO money to build more helicopter infrastructure, and then we'll send the little passenger helicopter that could. I think I actually want another one because that one's going outside. It's going outside my borders. So if I get another one here, this has a 47 passenger capacity, which is kind of nice. It's really expensive. I think I'd rather have the 22. Yeah. And it's a lot more efficient as well. I'm gonna get the 8. It's gonna be another passenger helicopter. We're gonna have you start. Let's have you start here, and then go to this one, and then go to this one, and then that's your route. Ready, set, go. And that will hook you up to where you can send this plethora of students that are no doubt waiting. Yep. We can get those students to finally have a really fast route to the school over that way. And maybe it's better to have that helicopter just go back and forth here. The other one is traveling between this and the outside border. So I might adjust that route to also bring people back and forth through here. Lots of helicopter routes. I like it. Eventually, we're going to get the trains running too, and then we're going to have people being very mobile for when we set up the Capitol. And I realize I don't have nearly enough workers to do the things I want to do. I know that my buildings are operating at like 20%, if that, efficiency all the time. It's when I get a huge city, when I get this done, they're going to be distributed everywhere. I just don't want a ton of people living near pollution. And it's not that bad. You know, we're producing enough. If I was producing more fuel right now, I'd be drawing more oil and I wouldn't be able to sustain it. If nothing else, my inefficiencies in my workforce is also balanced for the input that I'm giving in. If I had too many workers, they would finish up the input. There'd be no export. Speaking of inputs and exports, meat storage is always full. And the slaughterhouse and stuff is always full too. I think I want more meat storage. And then I also want better distribution for meat to all of these other places so that we can get that done too. So I've been looking at this. I don't know this, but I've been looking at this. Okay, the size of this building, meat storage, it has a road connection on this side and a factory connection on this side. We're gonna try this together, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll figure it out. But it's a small world. Here, right here. Nope. It's gotta be in here. It's gotta be meat storage. Okay, so this little building. Oh, it's got one on that side too. What I think I can fit it in right here. Oh. Yep, I can right there. So I can just stuff it in there, just a little bit in there, huh? Yeah, I think I could do that. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the thing. We're just gonna say like that, and then what we can do is take this away because it's really redundant. I don't need two connections there, but then I can connect it here instead. Yeah. All right, cool. And then this road is simple. Ooh. Actually, can I wonder, maybe I should put this road in first. I still don't have a road to this. That's interesting. I can have them build this with resources. This road is not a high priority. Yeah, not a high priority. This was, and then I want to take and get the, you're probably full. I bet you don't have any destinations left. No, you don't. But you probably do. Because this one doesn't have the distillery. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now they can store stuff. Wait, you do have, yeah. Meat storage, both meat storages with this. Cool. So this can just start storing meat now too. And I think that'll be great. That'll be very, very great. Yes, I said it. Very, very great. Let's connect you up like that. We'll just build that one with rubles. This little section here, we'll use the dollars. And then we'll let them build this with resources. Okay, cool, awesome. So we've expanded meat storage a little bit more. I like it. I'd like to get, I think, offline. I'm gonna do this offline because it's a really easy setup. Maybe in this area, I wish there was a rail distribution center. I know it doesn't seem like it's, like I can think of a usage for it, you know? Distribution offices. I wish there was a rail one. I can understand why there isn't. And I can probably fake it by setting up my rail network accordingly and putting the routes in place and then just having the distribution centers sending them to the exports and moving things around. And that's all part of the cool logistics that this game provides. But it won't be automated. I have to do it manually, which is, you know, that's fine, I guess. Oh, say, hang on. Okay, 0 meters per second. They're still powered because of this. So I didn't cheat. This is still 100% renewable, clean energy, right? 100% clean energy still. It gets it from the wind and it gets it from the solar, okay? So we're still good. And it's not actually connected to this. I misspoke, or I didn't misspeak. I just flat out didn't say it right. It's not connected to the regular grid, all right? Even though this facility is exporting to the grid, this city is not connected to the grid. It's connected to this because that city over there is connected with this power transformer. It is not hooked up as a split from this line. Power is not going to go from here through this building and into that. So it is completely separate from the grid still. 100% renewable energy for our college district. I am a fan. All right, that's good. Thank you guys very much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'm going to see about reading your comments about this hospital. I should be posting that video, I think either today or tomorrow or whatever. I don't remember how far ahead I am, but look, this helicopter is gone. It's clearly doing something, and it's probably doing it. Oh, did I delete the helicopter? I think I deleted the helicopter. No, I didn't. I did not. I thought I was gonna delete the helipad, which means I have to get rid of it for the hospital. So I repurposed that helicopter and sent it to the construction office. So that helicopter is here, yes, and it is currently hovering and doing things with the asphalt plant. It's gonna go get asphalt and bring it here. So, okay, fine, cool. You're building this path. That's great. So that helicopter is still in service. It's just doing something different. And then I don't know how to delete only this. I want to delete only this. Only the helipad. And I don't... Wait, now... Hold on a second. Are you going to let me do this now? It wasn't letting me do that before. Save it. Wait, save it. Save it. Good. Maybe I don't need your help after all. Par for the course. I don't know what happened, but I could have swore... Oh, I think I know what it was. Wait a minute. So if there's a helicopter assigned to it, maybe that's why I couldn't target it directly. Because there was already a helicopter assigned to it. And that's like, you know, the whole hospital then. So let's delete that. And I want to see if by deleting that, it helps these guys find patients over here. And it may not. It may not. And if it doesn't, then I'll put it back or whatever. Or maybe I'll install it on this side a little bit over here or whatever. But I just want to see if I glitched it by doing that. It doesn't look like it. We still have 86 patients we're not treating, despite having a good doctor staff. And this is our capacity, right? As we lose doctors, we lose potential here. So this isn't like a, you need more doctors to do it thing. This is how many we can treat currently with the doctors we have currently. And I'm seeing an ambulance leave. I just hope that it's still going to the prefabs. So I'm under the impression at this point that this hospital is not going to serve any home that was already here. Maybe this is like one of those super religious sects that, you know, refuses modern medicine. You know, it could be. It's right next to the church. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate you. Like the video if you like it. Hotels are in. Oh boy, hotels are... Oh boy, that's going to be exciting. Take care. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.